Does it feel like every manga has to be the greatest thing ever or hot trash? I feel like there's no middle ground. You see what I did? You see mid, average? Okay, yeah, I want to talk about mid manga in this video and why I think it's kind of slowly dying, at least for me. Because listen, I watch a lot of manga YouTube, anime YouTube. I'm in that internet. That's my internet. Like that is what I am bombarded with. And I've noticed for a very long time, long as I can remember, mid has meant like bad, which is weird because it means middle, it means average. And I feel like, at least with manga, again, this might just be where I'm traversing the internet, right? Why does it feel like if a new series gets announced, it's got to be the best thing ever? Or if not, it's the worst thing ever. Because here's the thing, the older I get, I actually find myself having the fondest memories of the mid, what would be considered mid. Like, of course, you have your Dragon Balls, your Yu Yu Hakushos, your Gundams, and all that sort of things. But I remember Hamtaro. I remember Reboot. If anyone remembers Reboot, just put it in the comments down below. I just want to know I'm not alone. Reboot. But that's the thing. Those are the things that I have, for some reason, become super fond for me. Is kind of like the stuff that came on at like 4:15. And not the stuff that started the block or ended the block. Not the biggest things ever. Because I do think that manga and anime and all that stuff, they reach a certain threshold. And it's like, of course. And not just manga and anime. I think that happens with a lot of forms of media. And so, for better or for worse, because of their popularity or how great they were, or groundbreaking, or whatever you want to call it, it becomes kind of this other thing. And then you really start remembering the average stuff. That's the stuff that I kind of have the biggest nostalgia for, at least right now, or the older I get. And now when I start thinking about it, and I know, like, we'll use Shonen Jump as an example, because I feel like that's my most knowledge base. I'm just now getting into like other stuff, so I don't really want to speak on that because I don't really know that much about it yet. Trust me, I get very obsessive about stuff, so I'll deep dive into that stuff later. But with Shonen Jump, and they've always been this way, of, you know, they give a series, and if it doesn't get the popularity votes and the popularity contest, it ends up getting canceled. But when do you think it's going to be that there's not going to be a place for something that's just okay? It has to be a 5 out of 5 stars. Because I even find myself, and I might be part of the problem, when I read my manga, I scan it into my bookshelf app on my phone, and you can rate it, you know, out of 5 stars. And I find myself, like, it's hard to give it a 3 out of 5. I feel like I have to give everything like a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5. And maybe it's because of what I'm reading, because I've actually noticed too, you start looking around, at least I do with my collection, and kind of been like, yeah, of course, like popular series, you know what I mean? And while that's not a bad thing, and again, before we get any further in this video, right, hey, your money, your time, your entertainment. Not saying bad things any which way, however you want to spend it. I'm just saying, for me, I stood around my collection and started thinking these things of my collection, surprise, surprise, looks like 90% of manga collections that I see on YouTube. And is that a bad thing? Well, I don't think so, because I really enjoy a lot of the series in my collection, and I'm going through and reading through my collection so that I can make that informed decision of this series I'm coming back to. This series I'm never coming back to. I can get rid of it. Because again, I do want a curated collection. But I also started thinking, why have I let so far, and this again is probably my issue, I'm a people pleaser. I'm working on it. You know what I mean? I'm working through it. But why have I let the internet and the community, the vocal community, not everyone, but like the vocal community, when they say it's mid and it's bad and it's trash, for some reason it clicked in my brain like, well, then I don't need to check it out. I should have changed a long time ago with that. I should have made my own informed decision. If something looked cool to me, I should have read it. and I didn't. I've been way better about it now. You know, I'm getting older. I'm maturing. I actually have you guys to thank for that. Like, doing YouTube has really helped my self-confidence, but that's a whole other video that we're not going to get into right now. But I've been stronger, and I'm going to form my own opinion. And I just wish I would have done it sooner. Because I think there is a place for something that just wants to be okay. For a creator that just wants to create their manga to be fun or just to tell their story, and they're not trying to have the biggest thing ever. They're not going to try to download or outsell the biggest things ever. They just kind of want to tell their story. And then I thought, how long are companies going to go for it? I will say this, what really got me excited, it did seem like the latest Viz announcements that came out, they are really kind of listening to people. They're doing the Red River stuff. They're releasing, series that people thought they would never release. It does look like they're willing to take chances on physical and digital releases of stuff that people really hold dear that might not be, the biggest things ever, which is really exciting for me. So maybe it's just the beginning. We're just at the tip of the iceberg, and I am completely wrong, and there is going to be tons and tons of risk and tons of average and okay manga, and it's not going to either have to be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever and it gets canceled. They are a company that like to make money, so look at the movie business. All right, but seriously. So I think only time will tell with that stuff. I'm not knowledgeable enough to talk about that. But what I am knowledgeable to talk about is myself. And when it comes to my collection, I really do want to try to, again, just try things. And while, of course, you want to be part of the zeitgeist with the biggest series and the most popular series that are trending on Twitter or X or whatever, I kind of want to try the stuff that might not be the best. Not every chapter has to change your life. I think there's something to be said about when you can look back and be critical and be like, you know what? Wasn't the best thing ever, but I enjoyed my time. It was mid. We're gonna take it back. You know what mid's gonna mean? Average. It means it's gonna be okay. Like when you talk about my YouTube channel, you can be like, his YouTube channel, mid. Awesome. We take that. We don't want to be hey, listen, we're not trying to be A+. Good C. Good B minus. B+. We're trying our best over here. But I've just really been feeling nostalgia for the average stuff that I used to watch and read growing up. And then I started thinking back about the stuff that I've recently been reading. And it feels like I have just really been reading the best of the best. And like they always say, I don't know who they are, but they always say it. If you have nothing but the best, you won't appreciate the bad. I think that's how the saying goes. If you only have the best, you don't understand the bad or something. Basically, you don't always need the best of the best. You don't need steak and lobster. Hear me out. Just like last week's video. Steak and lobster. Hear me out. Chicken Alfredo. I need to eat before I film these videos. But I say all that just to say, like, I really want to be okay with giving something 3 out of 5 stars and being like, you know what? It's not bad. Mid does not mean bad. It means okay. And start enjoying stuff that's okay. I really feel like I haven't been lately. And I really want to. I really feel like all I've been trying to consume is the best of the best. And if a story is not exactly blow my mind, blow my socks off, well, it's trash. And I shouldn't be that way. That's the thing. Wow. This is really just a therapy session video for me. I apologize. I did not think this was going to... I didn't write any of this down. This is just all top of my head. So, sorry. I apologize. Please don't unsubscribe. I promise you a normal video is coming one of these days where I just don't rant into this camera. Not today, though. This is a rant. I'm sorry. I should really end this video with we should do hashtag we're bringing back mid. I feel like that's too long for a hashtag, but hashtag mid's okay. Mid's okay. We're doing it. You see it trending on Twitter. Dude, I know, listen, we're not the biggest channel we're not the biggest kid on the block, But if we got hashtag mid is okay trending on the internet, we're incredible. I mean, you're already incredible, but we're extra incredible. I just kind of miss that thing of when you pick up a chapter or you watch an episode, you're not expecting this episode or this chapter better be the greatest thing ever. Oh my God, my mind is blown. This is amazing. I don't know, and I kind of long for the days of, that was pretty good. You know what? Okay. And I just really hope that that's not a thing of the past. Because I think it would be a shame. Everything has to be awesome or it's horrible. It's never, ever good to live in extremes like that. So, I don't know. I know this was a really ranty video, but I hope you found something to enjoy. And let me know, do you have any fond memories of like mid-manga or mid-anime? I would love to, one, reminisce in the comments down below, but two, give me some recommendations, because I have really been in the mood for, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. I really appreciate it if you made it to the end of this video. And as always, I hope if you're having a bad day, it gets better. If you're having a good day, it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.